So this Auseinandersetzung, this coming to terms with life, with some very complex aspect of life, I feel is experienced with ambivalence. We have these opposing feelings. And we have to watch out for turning the world into a ledger world tally sheet kind of perspective, where everything becomes scientifically explained and ordered and categorized, and we lose the poetry, the dance, and the song that is life. Uh, and I think many people can we can see some people in an extremely stressful situation dance through it. Now, I'm not talking about becoming completely unconscious, because that happens a lot too, where people just throw themselves into situations. And I think this is like my father. And in my youth, I would do this. You just go and throw yourself into it and deal with the ambivalent feelings that you deal with. And oftentimes my father, because I was able to be close to him and had him in my life on a daily basis, I was able to see how oftentimes when it became overwhelming to him, he would become tyrannical, maniacal, all empowered, brutal with his will to succeed. Um, and I watched this, I experienced this, and at certain moments it was traumatic for me to observe. And what I think is this is just another aspect of life that's a very complex part of life, a very complex idea that was uh, with processing and coming to understanding it, I had to also experience these strong ambivalent feelings. Is it good that he does this? Well, sure, it's good that he does this because he provides for the family. He does his duty, and he seems to get great pleasure out of feeling dutiful, like he is accomplishing his chosen role to be. And then the other side is all of the traumatic, dramatic experiences, feelings and the uprush of tyranny and, you know, mania. Well, I have to come to terms with this myself. I have to also experience all the same things that every other man experiences, and woman for that matter. Um, but I have to come to terms with it myself. So my active imagination, which is a Jungian idea, helped bring this about. Also my conversations with my friends, even though they were not consciously wanting to help me, just to be there was what they were doing. They were just, having a conversation. These terms and phrases would come up in which linked it all together. The ambivalence, the term ambivalence came together. And then picking up Carl Jung and reading about, we have to integrate. How did he say it? Civilized life today demands concentrated, directed, conscious functioning. And this entails the risk of a considerable disassociation. The further we are able to remove ourselves through directed functioning, the more readily a powerful counterposition can build up in the unconscious And when this breaks out, it may have disagreeable consequences. Well, the breaking out, as he was talking about, ends up being these symbols arising. And these symbols are unifying. They are there to bring back a balance. And so when these symbols arise out of our unconscious, they are part of us, and we don't necessarily know they are coming to the surface. And this is what I was realizing, is that we can create a whole delusional fantasy, which is actually the symbol inside of us trying to balance out our conscious, scientific, ordered way of being. And so we're taken over by this idea, this symbol.